Alrighty, welcome to another 4-on-4 vintage cube draft where we have once again opened the most beautiful flower in the world, Black Lotus. Love starting with Black Lotus for more than just the obvious reason. Well, the first reason is it's a great first pick. Might be the best card to first pick in the entire cube. I used to think Soul Ring could make an argument, and I still think you can actually make an argument for Soul Ring and Time Walk, and even Ancestral, though I'm less confident on that one. Lotus is just awesome. It also lets me kind of have a reason to dive into Storm. Not that I'm necessarily going to do that, but Storm is a deck I don't think works very well, except we're playing 4-on-4. I love when we're playing an 8-player draft because we get to see so much more of the cards. It makes the more niche decks like Storm viable, and Black Lotus is the best card that you can have for Storm. I am passing to Alpha Frog, who's going to take Orcish Bowmasters for sure. Next pick after that, my teammate Slacks is probably going to take like Prismatic Ending, Spellseeker, maybe Nissa, maybe Tolarian Academy. I don't know. I got Black Lotus. I am not complaining. Okay. And next up we have Fractured Identity most likely. So Fractured Identity exiles any permanent, non-land that is, and then you get a copy of it. Technically you can target your own permanent to give them a copy of it, but generally wouldn't advise doing that. I don't think it's a 0%er. There are cards in Cube you wouldn't mind giving to your opponent. I don't know, Fractured Identity, your own Dark Confidant when they're at 1 or something like that. But yeah, I don't really see an argument for anything else. Oracle Moldai I think is good. Volcanic is good, but honestly, now that there's the Triomes, I feel like the original duels go down in value a lot. Also, Fractured Identity is a pretty good card to Lotus out. You Lotus that out on turn, 3 probably to hit their 3-drop when you're on the draw. I guess you don't really want to turn 2 it because you're hitting a kind of weak thing. But yeah, I think I take Fractured over Oracle, Coalition Relic, Duretti. Really nothing else that's like too impressive. I don't think I'm going to wheel anything of note here. I guess I could get a Talisman back potentially. Monastery Mentor is also a pretty good card with Black Lotus, but I think Fractured Identity is too strong to pass up. All right, here we have a Zagoth Triome. Not the most ideal Triome for this start. There's Taiga. Not really into that. There's Chartacourse, but I think Venser is a better blue card than Chartacourse, especially with the 2 cards I have. Could just be blue-white control. Haven't done that too much recently. Also, an early Venser means that if you ever get past Caracas, it is on. Though you don't get past Caracas that late. You can get a 2nd or 3rd pick Caracas. You probably can't get a 4th pick Caracas in most drafts. Nothing else here is that tempting. Burst Lightning and Flicker Wisp are both good cards. Cityscape Leveler is good, but you can't take it this early. Luminarch's good. The sandiest of dogs would probably slam the Luminarch or the Flicker Wisp, but I'm going to just take Venser here. I think Fractured and Venser also both just play so nicely in the blue-white control archetype that I'm happy just to take both. Lotus also means you can up your curve a little bit, so I don't really mind having a 4 and a 5. The Lotusing out of Venser is not something I'm super into. Okay. So this pack's got Echo of Eons, Temporal Mastery, Time Warp, and High Tide. And Dark Ritual for that matter. So a lot of Storm adjacent cards. There's also Damnation, Toxic Deluge, and Rolling Earthquake. So I'm not sure what direction I want to go. If one of these was a Time Spiral, I'd probably take Time Spiral and try to wheel High Tide. With this start, also there's just 2 big artifacts, right? Sundering Titan and Blightsteel. With this start, I think I'm inclined to take Toxic Deluge. It plays really well with these 2 cards as well. I do like Time Warp, but I don't really want another expensive card that much. I think Time Warp is better than Temporal Mastery, at least early in the draft. And I don't think I'm supposed to take Dark Ritual or Echo of Eons or any of those things. I think I'm just going to take the Toxic Deluge. All right, I actually feel pretty good about that because Baleful Strix is a fantastic card. I love Baleful Strix. It's just a great anti-aggro card that also isn't bad against control or mid-range at all because it just replaces itself and has a variety of combos. It's really good if you bounce it, if you tinker it away. It's good with Kaito, Dancing Shadow, good with Fallen Shinobi, all that stuff. There's also Expressive Iteration, but I think Iteration and Baleful Strix are comparable, and clearly I'm more in the Baleful Strix colors. If I hadn't taken Deluge, if I had taken a blue card, I might be tempted to take Loran. I think Loran's also excellent, but I'm happy enough taking Baleful Strix here. Okay, so now there's Talisman of Dominance, Hall of Storm Giants, and Ledger Shredder. I'm a really big Ledger Shredder fan. I have become more and more impressed with this card. It's a 2-drop that grows a couple times over the course of the game, giving you card selection and becoming a 3/5 or a 4/6. The Talismans I'm also not super high on. I think they're good in the right deck, but I don't think you want to put Talismans... Like, building a Talisman curve and mana base, I think is worse than just playing lands, unless you're specifically ramping or have artifact synergies or both. But this early in the draft, I think I just take Ledger Shredder. Okay, now I'm probably just going to take Phantasmal Image. I like Phantasmal Image to start with, and I have 2 pretty good creatures to copy. Fencer is also fine to copy. I don't mind Dig, and I do like Sun Titan, especially Sun Titan Lotus is actually really cool. But I think Phantasmal Image is enough better, and there's no real reason to take a double white card over a single blue card. Metalworker's still here. I don't think that card's very good, though. Yeah, I like Dig, but I don't really like taking it. This set of cards isn't the best with Dig. The Ledger Shredder, it can be good with Dig. I will just take Phantasmal Image here. Okay, so there's the Time Spiral. So this is an 8th pick Time Spiral. Every other player at in the draft decided I do not want Time Spiral. I didn't take a long look at the High Tide Echo of Eons pack, but it feels like there's a decent chance that High Tide wheels. What if I didn't take Time Spiral? I guess I would either be taking Daze, which is good. It's good with Ledger Shredder, Baleful Strix, Venser. It's good with this like low curve, blue deck. And then there's Recurring Nightmare, which is actually pretty good with all these cards too. I'm feeling spicy. I'm going to take the Time Spiral. Ashiok Wield. I'll probably just take Ashiok over Otawara. I think Ashiok is pretty good. Don't really like Karn. This pack didn't have anything I was too interested in last time. I guess I'll take Winds of Abandon, because if I end up in Esper Control, then Winds is still going to be good. Well, now I kind of wish I took Recurring Nightmare over Time Spiral, because I'm just going to take Flicker Wisp. And Recurring Nightmare would look really good with all these cards. But you don't get Lotus that often. And the other thing is, if you get a Hull Breacher, Time Spiral is just so disgusting. But we'll see what we get here. I would have made all the same picks had I taken Recurring Nightmare. The difference is, of course, I'd have Recurring Nightmare over Time Spiral. This next pack, I think, is the one. Oh, Tide didn't wheel. Dang, this Time Spiral pick is going to end up costing me, because now I don't think I'm taking Echovians, and I think I'm just taking Damnation, because it is just a lot better. And the fact that both High Tide and Dark Ritual didn't wheel is pretty unfortunate for me, but let's just take Damnation then. And passing to Gavin. I don't want to pass a Crux. I don't think either of those white cards are that impressive. I'm not taking Cabal Ritual either. I'm just going to take the Char and pass the Cabal Ritual. All right, well, I don't know about the Flicker Wisp or Winds of Abandon here, because I do have some double black cards. I don't have any lands yet. There just weren't any lands in any of the packs. There was like a Volcanic Island. That was it. Feeling a little bit of FOMO about the Recurring Nightmare, but I think that's okay. I still like where we're at here. Maybe it is Winds of Abandon's looking a little less appealing now that I have Deluge and Damnation. Also, I don't mind the sweepers with this set of creatures. Like, Strix replaces itself. Venser kind of already does the thing initially, and then Phantasmal Image. Like, I'm not like a creature-heavy curve-out deck, so having the sweepers in it is still pretty good. Okay, Sandy Dog has gotten disconnected, but we'll be coming back here. Yeah, I am sad about that pick, but so it goes. I do think we got some really good late black. I like that. Did pass the Orcish Bowmasters to Gavin. That card I would have a bit of trouble with. Okay. Sandy Dog going to finish up the packs here now that he has reconnected here. And we've got all our cards, right? 5, 9, 10, yeah. So we've got all the cards from this pack. Let's see what we open next. Not wheeling High Tide is a little surprising to me. The thing is, Time Spiral High Tide is like such a good combination. Oh, wow. Okay, so this pack has some good stuff, but I'm kind of interested in this Skull Clamp. There's also a bunch of lands. Colonnade, I think, is better than Hallowed Fountain. I actually think Creeping Tar Pit's better than Colonnade, and I'm more blue-black, so I guess it would be Tar Pit. I would take Tar Pit over Gonti. So, and there's also the Wandering Emperor, which is solid, but I'm looking at the Skull Clamp. This actually is not looking like that great of a Skull Clamp deck. Might just take Creeping Tar Pit. I love Creeping Tar Pit. Gonti is also very good with, like, Flicker Wisp, for example, but I think Tar Pit is actually just maybe one of the best lands in the cube. I mean, Strip Mine and Library of Alexandria are better. It's hard to say. Like, early a fetch is better. Once you know your colors, I actually think that Tar Pit is better. Now there's a Lion's Eye Diamond. I'm going to pass that Echo. I'm looking at this balance. I could take Snapcaster. It is good with Fractured if you have 7 mana. It's okay with the Wraths, I guess. Balance is just a really good card, and I have a Planeswalker already, and it's good with Lotus. I mean, look, Lotus is great with everything, but Balance it is a combo. It's a card you can put into play that doesn't get affected by the balance metrics. There's also Upheaval, but even with Lotus, I don't really like Upheaval. I think I'm just going to take Balance here. And let's see what we get. Not big into Bolas's Citadel with what I have. There's Elspeth Conquers Death, but I think I'm just in for Spara's Headquarters. A blue-white land, even if it's a tap land, is pretty good. The green part doesn't matter too much. It's fetchable by a lot of fetches. There's Enlightened Tutor for Lotus, but that's not a very good play. There's Badlands and Trop and Fiery Islet. Badlands is the closest probably to being played here, but even then it doesn't look that good. And there's Body Double, but I think Body Double is worse than just taking Spara's Headquarters here. Gavin likely cutting black this pack, but I don't know. Oh, interesting. So there's Snuff Out. There's Miscalculation. I like both those cards. There's also Smuggler's Copter. I'm kind of interested in taking Smuggler's Copter. That actually is a good combo with Balance too, because it just sits on the battlefield. I don't have tons of creatures yet, but Copter's kind of busted. Also, it means that passing to Salvado, I don't pass a busted colorless card. I mean, Snuff Out and Miscalculation are both good. I think they are both worse than Copter. There's also Elite Spellbinder, but I'm just going to take Smuggler's Copter here. Well, there's Yawgmoth and there's Path. I have tons of removal, though. Pretty hard to pass up a Marsh Flats. Also, a decent chance that something wheels here because this pack has just all playables. All right. And Vendilion Click. Oh, there's Underworld Breach. Could have had a good LED Lotus Breach deck, but not wheeling the High Tide really threw me off of that plan. And Vendilion Click is looking excellent here. There's also Duress, but now that I have Smuggler's Copter, I'm pretty into just taking more creatures, and it's good with Flicker Wisp if that comes up. Concealed Courtyard I wouldn't mind, but we're not there. I think Vendilion Click's going to be better. Also, if I don't play the Flicker Wisp, I just have 2 single white cards in my deck, and that's not that hard to manage, and all blue and black cards. So, also I don't have that many black cards either. I have Baleful Strix, Ashiok, Deluge, Damnation. I have 4 black cards. And even if I wanted to cut Damnation, like let's say I just did it, no one could stop me, then I have all blue cards with 3 single black cards, 2 single white cards, and a Tri-Land and Marsh Flats because it gets white, black, or blue off Spara's Headquarters. Oh man, I hate passing Fiery Confluence. This is the best card in the pack by a lot. There's also Collective Brutality, which I don't really think is that good. Adonto Vanguard, which I don't think is crazy to play. I'm passing to Salvado. I didn't get past any red cards. I think I'm just going to hate the Fiery Confluence. It's just way too good. Oh, Trinket Mage for Lotus is great. I do have to pass a Bonfire, but Trinket Mage for Lotus, and then if I pick something else up, that is awesome too. Okay, that was pick 8 here. Okay, it's 15, so 12 playables so far. That's not bad. Also, I have a bunch of playables in my sideboard if I need them. So what were the big kind of like pivot points in this draft? Had I taken Recurring Nightmare, I would be pretty happy because it's just good with these cards, but, you know, I would probably have roughly the same deck. Had I taken Echo of Eons and stuck to the Storm thing, then I would have taken Lion's Eye Diamond and Breach, but I haven't seen any red. I'm going to take Wandering Emperor here. I just hope my mana can work for it. Wandering Emperor, I really like. passing 3 good red cards, 4 good red cards, though not all for the same deck. These 3, the Den, Goblin Guide, Hazoret, actually all 4 go in mono red. Hazoret and Goblin Guide go in mono red specifically. Den and Pyromancer can go in almost any red deck, Den especially. Then Boseiju is also a good card, or Boseiju, apologies. I'm not playing Dream Halls. I might play Shadow Spear. You can Trinket Mage for it, and that is actually reasonable. There's matchups where that's good. I don't know that I would main deck it. But having that as an option is decent. I'm getting to enough creatures for this Smuggler's Copter too. You don't need tons. You just need enough to... The thing is, once you start crewing the Copter, it draws you more cards, so you usually end up in a pretty good spot. Here, clearly not hating another red card. I guess I'll just take the Bolas's Citadel. I don't think this deck's going to play Enlightened Tutor. Doesn't really make sense to me. I guess I'll take Crucible. Maybe I'll just open Strip in pack 3. Passing a green card, a red-green card, and a Hogak. Oh, this actually looks like a Dark Confidant deck. Okay, nice. Pass 2 good green cards. Maybe Salvato's red-green, I don't know. Didn't see a lot of green or red in pack 1, I don't think. But, all right, well, you know, the Wandering Emperor I'm probably going to want to get in there. So let's try to make this Flicker Wisp work. Oh, Duress came back? Wow, what a delight. I like Repeal too, but Duress is fantastic. That was a nice pickup. Okay. I feel like I'm in good colors here. I wield a lot of really good cards. All right, what do we got? Library of Alexandria. Force of Negation. My boy Kaido. Do love that. Misty Rainforest. Also Resto, Pylon, Consider. There's a Lightning Bolt here. I'm just going to take Library. Library in your opening hand is just such a beating. As much as I would love to take Misty here, it's not even a black land right now. I'm not going to wheel Force. I actually could wheel Kaido because you have to be 2 colors to play this card. And I think I like this card a little more than most people. But even if I don't, Bolt's going to go for sure. Sylvan, Force, let's say Kaido's 4. Witnesses 5. Misty 6. Resto 7. I might get Pylon or Consider back. Someone might also take Xander's Lounge. Yeah, there's some pretty good wheeling outs here. Okay. This pack has another fetch, Bloodstained Mire, which is also... Wow, that's not even a 2-color fetch in this deck right now. There's also Brainstorm, with currently 1 fetch and Bob, and Trinket Mage, I guess. There's Fatal Push, which is very good. There's Reprieve, which is good. Yeah, there's also Mother of Runes and Thraben Inspector. Good card like Questing Beast too. How am I at on removal? I have some sweepers. I don't have much in the way of hard removal. I have Venser, I guess, Wandering Emperor, Baleful Strix. Reprieve is really good. I might just take Reprieve. This card's good against everyone. Fatal Push is also pretty good, but I think Reprieve is going to be really good in this deck. All right, so now there's Scrubland, which would just be a black-white land, which is good. Recruiter of the Guard, which would be solid. It gets a lot of creatures. Riftwing I'll try to wheel. Atrox is honestly not outrageous to take because I have the Spara's Headquarters, so I could actually cast it, especially with Lotus. But I think I'm just going to take Teferi. I like all these other options about the same. I think, especially with Lotus, having another good card I can just slam seems pretty good. And I do like Teferi. All right, I'm probably just going to take Underground Sea here. I'm already at 18 playables. Passing Craterhoof, so I guess Salvato's not playing green. And Gavin doesn't play green all that often, though he's certainly capable of doing so if that's what he opened. There's also Metamorph, Glasspool Mimic, Mesmeric Fiend, Silent Cling. So there's actually a lot of cards I wouldn't mind wheeling. Oh, Teferi Time Raveler's busted. I'm going to take that. Over Lingering Souls, which is sad, but I think Time Raveler is very good. And, oh, Parallax Wave? Actually, I'm going to put Teferi there. There's also Talisman, Dark Six Shores, Seachrome Coast, but I'm a huge Parallax Wave fan, and I think Parallax Wave is just kind of busted, so I'm going to take that. Yeah, this is where we're at. I think Night's Whisper is better than Factor Fiction. I also just took a 5-drop and a 4-drop in Teferi Parallax Wave, passing Treetop Village, passing Thespian Stage to the Depths player, but I think that's okay. That was pick 7. We get 1 more new pack. We're not missing anything specific. Yawgmoth's Will is kind of interesting. I don't have a lot of spells that go to the graveyard is my biggest problem. Because, I mean, Yawgmoth's Will Lotus is obviously great. But what am I playing out of my graveyard when I do that? Just things they've killed, I guess? what else would I take? Sandy Dog's on my team, so Thalia is less of an issue, and I don't think Gavin's that likely to play Thalia. I could take Unlicensed Hearse because it's just a good card. I could take Haywire Might to go as far as Headquarters and Trinket Mage. I think I'll take the Yogg-Will. Just, I don't know if I'm going to play it, but it might. Oh, so Resto wheeled, so did Xander's Lounge. And then the rest of the stuff's gone. I think I'm at 26, 21. Yeah, I'll just take Resto. Resto looks pretty good here, and with a Tri-Land and 3 dual lands, I'm feeling okay on mana. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, Thraben Inspector came back? I do like that. There's Relic to Trinket Mage for, but Thraben Inspector is just a really good card. Passing Questing Beast to go along with that Craterhoof, unfortunately. And now this is 17 lands. Really solid Esper deck. Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to pick up a Recurring Nightmare. And also, the balance is not looking as good in this deck. I might still play it. Like, the card is really good in the right spots. And I have 4 Planeswalkers. So, balance with a bunch of Planeswalkers is really strong. Also, Smuggler's Copter and Black Lotus both hide. Plus, Parallax Wave all my creatures away, balance all their creatures away, then Parallax Wave come back is pretty nice. Now I think I pass the 3 green cards and just take Recruiter of the Guard, which can get everything, right? Can't get Resto, but it can get, I think, every other creature in my deck. Yeah, that's pretty nice. All right, I'm just going to take the Craterhoof now. I could be hating from my team. I don't think that's very likely, and I don't feel like I'm going to miscondemn that much. Oh, I will play Giver of Runes. It would be nice to get one of those lands back. Maybe I just side out the balance. No, I have a lot of Planeswalkers. All right, I guess I'll take Pestermite. All right, because this is, I need to cut 2 cards, basically, now that I picked up Giver and Thraben. I could cut Dark Confidant and Toxic Deluge and Ashiok. Let's see, actually, how many black cards do I have? I mean, it's pretty tough cutting Baleful Strix. I don't really want to do that. So this would put me at 20 lands, which means I want to add in like 3 cards. Oh, at that point, though, Winds of Abandon is starting to look a lot better. In fact, I should just be playing that regardless. I don't think playing Shadow Spear is crazy. All right. Yeah, let's see how this works. All right, I'm going to export this. I'm actually going to try something a little different. I like to try different things in these videos. So I am going to show you the deck building process. Save as Esper Lotus. So I copy the list, put it in a text list. Then I go ahead and load this up in freeform, and I have most of the cards in the cube at this point. What am I missing? Looks like I'm missing something. Why won't it tell me? In any case, let's see. This, I do need to cut a couple cards here. So this is, let's see. So I have Library. I could play 18 lands also. When you have Library, it's not crazy to just play an additional land, since Library is taps for colorless, so it doesn't help your colored symbols. So this is with just playing Baleful Strix. I also really like Creeping Tar Pit. So 1, 2, I just got past a ton of white the last couple packs. 1, 2, 3, basically 3 black sources for free without honestly costing us anything. And this also leaves me with 2 blue-white lands, which is okay, not crazy good. Oh, it's really hard to give up on Duress either. But I don't mind not playing Dark Confidant. I don't think I'm going to want to play Night's Whisper as like a support color. There's also Ashiok. But let's see. So this would be 18 lands. So do I want to play Toxic Deluge, Night's Whisper, Dark Confidant? The other thing I do is I fix the pictures, because honestly I've been cubing enough that at this point I think what I should do is just move all the new arts of the cards I don't want to use in cube to a different account so that they never load them up, because I do think I do like playing with the old frame cards when I can. Swapping out Parallax Wave, for example. All right, that's looking pretty good then. Oh, I think Thraben also has an alt here. Okay. Now that we've gotten that critical step out of the way. Yeah, I mean, I like Giver of Runes, Thraben, and Spectre. They fit nicely with Smuggler's Copter. Reprieve's looking pretty good. I still believe in balance in this deck. The combos with Parallax Wave and Planeswalkers are real, though I did cut one of my Planeswalkers. So the question is, do I play 18 lands, which I think would be totally fine, and I don't mind splashing Duress and Baleful Strix. Those are both perfectly splashable cards. Plus, you're kind of double splashing the Tar Pit. The other option is play, I guess, Ashiok and Shadow Spirit. Right now, I am playing Trinket Mage with no 1-mana artifact to get besides Lotus. How many of them do I think are playing aggro is kind of the question, because Shadow Spear is not going to be good against controller combo. It will be good against aggro. That would be the only thing it's really good against. But we'll see. I'm kind of thinking, the other thing is I could just take out Trinket Mage. It does get Lotus, so I mean, obviously that's good. I don't really want to play it with just one target, but maybe when I side in Shadow Spear, I side that in. The other thing is splashing Deluge might still just be great. Deluge is such a good card. So if I could do this and still play 18 lands, I'm leaving out Damnation. I'm leaving out Yogg-Will. I think I might side in Yogg-Will in like attrition matchups, because if you end up in a spot where you're just all trading a ton of cards, casting a big Yogg-Will when you just have a stacked graveyard is pretty nice. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I don't think, because like, let's take a look at our mana here. So let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, to 9 islands or 9 blue sources, and I just added 5 plains plus Spar's Headquarters and Marsh Flats is 7. Now I kind of want 8 white. Actually, kind of want 9 white. So this is 39 with 17 lands. Oh, I'm missing one of these plains. At this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and just use different lands. I like the Tempest lands also. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? 6 plains, 7 plains, Spar's Headquarters, Marsh Flats is 9. And then I have 4 blue sources, so 5 islands. That's 17. And then that would be like 1 swamp maybe as the 18th land, and that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4 black sources, plus Lotus adds 1 to all of them. Okay. The only other thing is maybe I cut 1 blue source, but I have 2 double blue cards, and I do like Ledger Shredder early. But I don't think I can go below 9 white sources. Yeah, I think 4 black sources plus Lotus as a 5th if I need it, and then I have a decent amount of card draw. I now wish I took Factor Fiction over Night's Whisper, which I normally still would make that pick the same way every time. I just don't, just the way the things ended up, I ended up getting a ton of like cheap white cards. And so instead of being blue, black, splash white, I ended up blue, white, splash black. Okay. Well, for opening a Lotus, this deck's fine. It's not busted, but it's good. I don't mind this deck at all. And one of the nice things about having Lotus and libraries in your deck is if you just have one of those in your opening hand, you just get to win a lot of games for free. So let's see how this goes. Already time for round 1. I would like to play first, and all right. Not the best hand in the world, but I don't think this is a mulligan. It's got all my colors. I've got Giver of Runes, and if I just draw a Lotus, it's just a turn 2 Teferi. Yeah, that's how you should evaluate hands here. My teammates, by the way, have Jesse's on a blue-red combo deck with Through the Breach, Time Warp, Mindslaver, Emery, Show and Tell, Time Twister, Tolarian Academy, and 27,000 Talismans, plus Ulamog, Cityscape Leveler, Emrakul, and Mirror Battlesphere. Just missing a Tinker. Oh, cool. They played a Soul Ring, and I drew a land. Just like we drew it up. Let's just go Marsh Flats. I didn't end up with a Brainstorm or anything, so I'd rather filter my land out. And I didn't play the Spar's Headquarters because I'm going to cycle that thing. I do not need that in play. So we got a blue-red combo deck on our team. We got Sandy Dog on blue-black, Thoughtseize, Mind Twist, Vampiric Tutor, Sapphire, Necromancy, Snuff Out, some good high-end blue like Teferi, Confluence, Bribery. Cut both Kaitos. I like the deck too. And then my last teammate is playing mono red. So we'll see how this goes. Lingering Souls. Okay. Sure. Let's crack this. Let's get a Swamp. Phantasmal Image, huh? Let's just play a land. There's no real reason to play an Underground Sea because that just gets wastelanded. Don't love the spot I'm in. Is this a sword of some kind? It's kind of what it feels like. Oh, Monastery Mentor. In this kind of matchup, I'm likely to take Giver of Runes out and bring in Balance. Or rather, no, I actually have Toxic Delusion Balance already in the deck, right? I might change things up to bring in Damnation, Yawgmoth's Will, Night's Whisper. We'll see. We'll see. Also, Ashiok gets a little more appealing, and Giver of Runes gets a little less appealing. All right, cycle this. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Bum, bum. Let's go land go. Because I've got Resto with Giver Protection, and Resto doesn't die to Toxic Deluge. Maybe I can get another card here. The main concern here is if they play a discard spell, but I think this works out otherwise. Or like an Armageddon or something. Hangerback Walker, okay. And Yawgmoth, yikes. I don't like that. So that would have been a good follow-up regardless, but Yawgmoth can just draw 20 million cards now, so I don't love it. So now the question is, do I play Resto? Doesn't do anything to do that, so let's just block the Monastery Mentor and take 4. Yawgmoth's a cool card. Balance would actually be a pretty sick draw still. All right, well, I guess Toxic Deluge it is for 4. And now my opponent gets to draw like maybe 6 cards, maybe 8 cards. If they draw 8, then the Hangerback's gone for good. Yeah, so had I gone Deluge last turn, they would just play Yawgmoth Hangerback, and I would still be in pretty unenviable position, but obviously this doesn't really work very well either. Okay. Oh, I don't think my opponent knows that you can Yawgmoth without targeting. So they're going to draw less cards than they would have otherwise. Oh, I'm not sure what's happening now. Now are they... no, these are all targeting Mentor? Okay. So that just doesn't draw you cards. All right, that's... I guess I'll take it. Play a land and pass the turn. Well, that is a lot fewer cards than they would have drawn otherwise. I'm at 9. Okay, we'll see what happens here. The combination of Image, Resto, Flicker Wisp, Teferi, like this is actually a pretty good set of cards. If they play a creature with a good ETB, I might be able to just get some good value off this Phantasmal Image. Danto Vanguard, that's not the biggest problem. Okay. Okay. Mother of Runes, that one I like a little less. Draw Recruiter of the Guard, interesting. So Recruiter of the Guard can go get Baleful Strix, Ledger Shredder, Rabid Inspector, Vendilion Click, Venser. I want to set up some defenders because of I want to play Teferi and have good things to defend. So let's go Recruiter. get Baleful Strix. Play Baleful Strix. I also wouldn't even hit drawing a land here. Any Creeping Tar Pits? And then I'm at 8. Then I'll pass. Oh, Letter Shredder's not awful. So next turn, they're probably going to crack that Silent Clearing. Oh no, they have something else to play? Don't like that. Oh, Pile On. Sure. That's, obviously I don't really like that, but it could be worse. Just there are situations that it could have been real bad, and they milled a Concealed Courtyard and kept a card on top. I don't love that. They get to sack Silent Clearing now. I do think it's going to be good when I side into a more controlling version, especially with Yawgmoth on the other side. I really don't want a bunch of creatures in my deck. So it's going to be cool. Oh, I forgot to put lands in the sideboard. I'll just have to message them that I forgot to put basics. We can restart the game. Intrepid Adversary. Okay. Well, that's one too many. You can untap I guess you have a colorless floating, but whatever. And so now they're all big. So I go to 2 here. Oh no, I just die here. Sorry, because that attacks for 8. All right. Let me message them. Concede match. Yeah. Just message them just so they know. All right. I'm just gonna put because I do need to board in some more swamps as part of this plan. I'm out of planes. That's fine. I'll put the other Mirage or planes in here. I'll put. All right. Yeah. Okay, so then I can see game. All right, so game 2. So now I want to put in Ashiok, Damnation, Night's Whisper, Yawgmoth's Will, Trinket Mage, Shadow Spear maybe? Let's look at those as potentials. I don't want Giver of Runes in the deck. I mean, I still do like Parallax Wave, Wandering Emperor, Recruiter. I'm a little wary of Vendilion Click. Though actually, I wonder if I should be... Oh, Duress looks kind of bad too. Is there a chance that... What if I take out V-Click? Just because it's so bad against both Lingering Souls and Yawgmoth. If I take out V-Click, I still have enough creatures for Smuggler's Copter. I can minimize blue. I could also take out Venser. And then our mana base, I would take out like basically 3 islands for 3 swamps. Let's do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 black. Still all the white. I think Phantasmal Wound is still probably good. I'm still going to play blue cards. I guess I could just not play Trinket Mage and Shadow Spear and just count on naturally drawing Lotus for Yawgwill. Because this is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue sources. That is not bad. Don't think I want Dark Confidant. The reason I'm putting in Yawgwill is because now I have a bunch more spells in my deck. Balance, Night's or like I'm adding Night's Whisper, Damnation, but I have like a bunch of Wraths and Balances. I still think Phantasmal Image is okay. Duress. Soul Ring's going to be a problem, but Soul Ring's always a problem. Yeah. I mean, on the play, I could play Duress over Ledger Shredder. Yeah, maybe that is actually better. But then, no, then Smuggler's Copter gets too bad. All right, let's do this. All right. Oh. No, never mind. They don't have to put me on the play. I just conceded game 1, so I can be on the play. Well, I guess I'm glad I kept in Ledger Shredder over Duress here. Okay. So now I get to go Plains, go Island, Shredder, turn 3 Recruiter, turn 4 Resto. I mean, that's a fine start. Hopefully not against a Soul Ring this time. Okay. Well, I guess you have 2 Soul Rings. You're more likely to draw Soul Rings. All right. Yeah, this is going to be a challenge. Don't love that I haven't seen a black source yet. But there is a chance with this Ledger Shredder out that I get to loot this turn. Maybe I steal this game, and then game 3 I get to be the one with the Lotus or the library in my opening hand. Both of those would be nice. So, what am I recruiting for? I already have the Baleful Strikes. I guess I could recruit her for like a Flicker Wisp or something. Well, probably don't have very many black sources in hand if this is the play. Oh, I'm going to get you to shred. Gnarly. All right, let's shred. I guess here I discard Ashiok because I also would kind of like Shredder to be a 2/4. And I don't want to discard a land. Okay, let's get Flicker Wisp or Phantasmal Image. I guess it's, or Thraben Inspector. Thraben Inspector is actually not crazy. Flicker Wisp is kind of bad against their squad. Let's just actually take the Thraben. And then pass the turn, certainly not attacking. Okay. Yawgmoth would be a problem here. Okay, they're 1-1 in coin flips now, but they don't have another swamp in hand because they played Silent Clearing. There's no way they have Swamp, Concealed Courtyard, any untapped black source. You would play any untapped black source over this. The one exception, and this is like super narrow, is if you had a black fetch and you had a reason not to want to crack it yet, but that seems very unlikely. Another card that would be good to draw would be Parallax Wave. I wouldn't hate that. No, what are you playing that's expensive? Gideon Ajura. Well, that's actually a good Fracture Identity target at least. So I don't mind that. Draw. Interesting. So if I attack with everything, yeah, I think I'm going to go Thraben to threaten playing 2 spells this turn. These both attack Gideon. Maybe he blocks the Ledger Shredder with 4 tokens. Maybe he doesn't. Because you do get to -2 Gideon to kill it. And then next turn I'm going to get to Fracture Identity it. So you're going to pay 4 life to kill Recruiter. Sure. No, you didn't. Okay, well, we take those. Play a land and pass. And now I get hit for 4, but I get to Fracture Identity Gideon. Okay, I won the flip. What I really don't want to see is a second Swamp and a Yawgmoth. That would be unfortunate for me. Gideon's probably just going to -2 to kill the Ledger Shredder if I had to guess, but we'll see. I'm going to keep lands up. There's no reason to crack this clue right now. Honestly, the only reason to crack the clue would be if I really thought I could, like, playing Lotus this turn would be super important. First of all, it's not. Second of all, they could have hand disruption. Oof, okay. That is going to make my life a little harder. Fracture Identity is going to have to wait. So I'm hoping to draw Lotus, I guess, off this clue token. I do get to play Resto next turn. I mean, you probably just Gideon the Ledger Shredder, I would imagine. You could +2 the Gideon, but that doesn't seem like it works out very well. All right. And hit for 4, sure. All right, I am at 16. No more spells, please. Oh man, more plays. Okay, well, I have a lot of decent draws from this position. That's one of them for sure. So if I go Gideon +2, it goes to 8 loyalty. And then you can attack it for 7. Could also, is there an advantage to doing it in some other way? Not really, I don't think. I think this is going to be the best. And then next turn I can go Resto Baleful Strix. Okay. And I leave the Thraben Inspector back, pass the turn. It also forces the Mother of Runes to tap down this turn. Not that I can necessarily do much about that. Okay, lost another flip. The other thing I could potentially do, we'll see how this plays out, is next turn slam with Gideon for a bunch of damage. No, okay, I thought that was Yawgmoth. I mean, this is still going to be bad. They're tapping 5 mana. Custody Lich. Ugh, because now I lose Gideon as well. Okay. Because now they attack for 8. Yeah. All right. Well, now at least a sweeper isn't terrible. I mean, they do have the Monarch, but okay. So I could Custody Lich them, and I would get the Monarch. They would sack a token. They'd get the Monarchy back. I could also Baleful Strix. Let's just go Baleful Strix into Resto. Okay. Pass the turn. I'm going to need them to lose some mana crypt flips. No, that was not a loss. Well, hopefully they're starting by cracking Silent Clearing. That would be at least a decent sign. Yeah, just starting with mana crypt or Soul Ring each game has really made this difficult. Because it's not like their plays have been dramatically better than mine, but they've just got to play Gideon on 3 lands, you know, and it just play turn 1 Lingering Souls, turn 2 Flashback. Like it really means they've spent a lot more mana this game than I have. But Resto Baleful Strix is a good combo, and so is Phantasmal Imaging Custody Lich. I also have a Creeping Tar Pit that at some point I can potentially attack with. There's tons of cards in their deck I can't beat right now. There's like Pylon, Yawgmoth. None of those things are beatable. But I also have Toxic Deluge in my deck. I have Damnation once I get a second Swamp. I have Balance. These are all cards that can also help me come back pretty nicely. Oof, okay. This is going to mean I take a lot of damage. So I guess I'm going to take like 8 damage this turn. Most likely. We'll see how they choose to attack. I mean, well, they're going to attack with everything, I think. But I guess they're not going to attack with Mother of Runes. I'm going to Resto Baleful Strix, draw a card. I have a bunch of draws to a Deluge or something. Also, if I draw a Toxic Deluge off of the Baleful Strix draw, then I have a great play, which is Resto blocks Custody Lich. No, it's actually Baleful Strix blocks Custody Lich. I take 12, going down to 4, and then I attack with Resto to get Monarch back, and then cast Toxic Deluge for 2, and it kills all their creatures. I go to 2, but then I'm the Monarch and have no creatures. I mean, Deluge is a really nice card. If I can draw Toxic Deluge, I actually think I'm winning this game. If I draw Balance, it's a little closer, but I get 2 draws at this, so okay. I would like to draw it now so I'd actually know. Unfortunately, now I don't know what I'm going to draw. Yeah, I have to preserve my life total then. I think I have to go like this. It doesn't really change. I could also block the Spirit token instead of Elite Spellbinder. I put Baleful Strix on Custody Lich, Resto on Spirit token. This takes me 8 down to 8. One of those dies, and I have to draw a sweeper. If I draw Balance, that's actually fine still. I think I just play for This is so much better if I draw Deluge. I take 10 down to 6. Yeah. I'm just going to play for drawing Deluge here. I could also draw Damnation, in which case this is still better, because I need to be able to attack and take the Monarchy. Okay. All right. I have 3 sweepers. They'd all be great. None of this does anything. I'm at 6 now. I could Teferi and draw balance. And that is true. I can't Phantasmal Image and draw anything. I mean, I guess I could. What if I have this play? What if I go Teferi, Tuck, Adversary, Phantasmal Image, Custody Lich? They sack a Spirit token. They make Custody Lich. Oh no, they can't make it unblockable because I have 2 different creature types. They can make this unblockable, hit me down to 3. Then I block. Go to 1. That does keep me alive, and I might even have a Teferi around at the end of it, and it steals the Monarchy for a little bit. I guess. Yeah, I guess that's fine. So this gives me 2 additional draw steps. My position's so much worse now, especially since I might be taking enough damage that Deluge doesn't even save me. But what are you going to do? You gotta play your outs, and I think getting 2 draw steps at balance or damnation is better. I mean, if they have something, I'm just like beyond dead. I'm already losing this game badly if they have anything. Oh, they disconnected. Okay, so they'll just be back in a sec. Updating my team. All right. Yeah, likely going down here. Ooh. My teammates are all winning. Yeah. It's funny. There's 2 things going on in these team drafts. One is my own personal record, which obviously I would like to try to make as good as possible because, I don't know, it's competitive. I thrive on competition. The other is how my teammates do and whether we win the draft, which I also care about. All right, and let's play this. I mean, I'm just like unbelievably dead, so I can't really imagine winning this, but if they kill one of my things, I die, right? Yeah, very badly. Okay, pass the turn. That wasn't going to do it. So I just have to hope that there are 4 cards in hand, none of them target a creature. So let's say they don't have anything. Magical Christmas Land here. No, don't ruin my Magical Christmas Land. What is this? 6 mana. Elspeth Conquers Death. All right, yeah. All right, I am dead. All right, so what was I going to draw? Flicker Wisp. Yeah, a lot of sweepers, but needed to find one and did not. All right, on to round 2. Alrighty, playing against Alpha Frog here. Ooh, not a bad hand. We've got Balance, which isn't a bad one to set up, especially with the Wandering Emperor, and against green. So Alpha Frog did end up being green. I guess I'm pretty happy. I hated that late Crater Hoof. Also, Birds of Paradise is one I like to see when you play turn 1. Or I like to see turn 1 birds when I have Balance in hand. Okay. I like Tap Talon Fountain a little less because that indicates more blue cards, which Balance is worse against. But let's see. Another Flooded Strand go. I mean, I'm going to play Teferi Time Raveler and kind of just hope that Frog doesn't have a counter. Doesn't sound super likely to me, but I don't know. Oh, nice. Bounce the bird. Bolt the bird. No reason not to here. Crack Flooded Strand. What could you be playing here? Nothing. They're just cracking the strand anyway. All right. And can't play anything end of turn. So it's turn 4. Oh, it's like a 5-color deck. Here comes the bird. Oh, wow. No plays. Okay. I think I just pass because I have Venser and Wandering Emperor up. No real reason to play Ledger Shredder. I also have Reprieve up. The main reason to play Shredder would be if I had Reprieve, if I wanted to Reprieve this turn, because that's a nice little turn. But I think the fact that playing Wandering Emperor is pretty appealing. Makes me want to wait. I'm also happy Vensering whatever Frog's play is here. No plays. Oh, are we going to get Shinobi'd? Okay. I like it. Shinobi off of Birds of Paradise is very neat. I mean, it's not going to work because of Wandering Emperor, but it is pretty cool. I mean, this is just a massive blowout. And then now, I mean, I'm not going to need balance this game, I don't think. He's going to replay the bird. And then I am going to go, +1. I could duress draw step, but I think it's actually better to go Ledger Shredder, duress and get a counter on this, maybe. I think I discard balance here. Yeah, I don't care if he sees balance. Maelstrom Pulse, Blade Splicer, Fury Solitude. All right. And then put a +1/+1 counter on this, and then pass the turn. And then now I'm going to Reprieve. Well, if he plays Blade Splicer this turn, I'm not going to Reprieve it. That's fine. It's probably going to play Fury this turn if I had to guess. That I will Reprieve. So Fury's still in hand, actually. And then now I have Venser as an option. All right, let's +1 to Fairy then. Yeah, I'll make a dork. Play Thraben Inspector, and then I have Venser up. Little Teferi is so unbelievable. It makes it so he can't like instant speed the Solitude. There's just so much he can't do that it works out very nicely. It works out Teferi nicely. All right, pass the turn, and Fury's still like the most obvious play. And then next turn I can also minus Teferi if I want. I mean, this is a game where I get to play all the annoying cards. Okay. How many times can you cast Fury? We'll find out. So it could evoke Solitude if he wants to kill the Ledger Shredder now. It's part of the reason I didn't want to put another counter on it. I feel like part of the way Frog is part of the path Frog is forced down here is to evoke Solitude, even though that you would prefer just to cast it if you can. He just isn't having the time for that. He's at 14 because now I can bounce the bird, attack for 5, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, all right. Evoke, pitching, condemn. Okay. Yeah, that's not very good with Teferi out either. I like Smuggler's Copter. I like Venser, I think. Or rather, Flicker Wisp for Venser. I think. Do I bin Recruiter? I guess Flicker Wisp is probably going to just die to Fury next turn. Is my main concern here. Draw. Recruiter. So I can bounce the bird. The fairy goes to 1. Then you just get to kill both my planeswalkers. I don't really like that very much. If I plus Wandering Emperor on Venser, Fury kills Wandering Emperor and Samurai Token, I guess. And then once again, what can I get? I can get Phantasmal Image. I think Recruiter the Guard for Phantasmal Image on Fury is going to be what I ultimately want to do. So in that case, I'm going to crack the Clue token to start. Oh, that is nice. All right, so now I'm going to put the counter on the Samurai because I want to bait him into targeting the Venser. Actually, it's not even a bait. I'm just going to Venser the rest of the Venser to make him replay Fury. All right. Yeah, and then that should be game because now I can play Copter too. And I think I just +1 the Teferi. I don't know. I guess I could have minused it. It would have been fine too. Ooh, is this not... Are we not starting with Fury here? That's reasonable. No, we are. All right. Resto. And then now, if he has a red card to pitch, he can replay Fury, but again, that's just not very good value. 5 color, bunch of elementals, pitch elementals. Kind of makes me want Ashiok a little bit. I don't really like Duress. I saw so many creatures. I actually kind of got lucky to hit on Duress. Winds of Abandon looks just okay, but I don't really want to board in Dark Confidant. I still think Night's Whisper on the splash isn't ideal. Do I want Yogwill here? Nah. Until I learn a little bit more, I think I like this. So, besides the last match where I boarded in like the whole sweeper plan, the other options I have are against a deck where Shadow Spear is good. I am going to bring in Trinket Mage Shadow Spear. I could see bringing in Dark Confidant. I'm not sure what I would bring it in. My casting costs are pretty chunky. But, all right. Round 2 time here, or game 2 time rather. Oh, we opened on Library. Don't mind that. And, oh, look. Library and then Thraben Inspector. Frog's deck did not look fast enough to punish here. This whole deal. And he's mulliganing. It's going to be tough for him. Might be headed for a 1-1 here. I would certainly bet on me this game, given the information I know right now. Let's see. He knows about balance now, but that is not a big deal. Doesn't know I have it in hand, and with a library out, might not be able to play it. The other thing is Folero's mono red deck is just crushing. Here, I'll show you a screenshot of Folero's mono red deck while we're here, because just for completeness sake, I'm really glad Folero drafted mono red, because it was so open. Look, Burst, Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt, great. Dragon's Rage Channeler, Goblin Guy, great. Bone Crusher's good. Shrine, Sulfuric Vortex, Lalia, Rebel Master, Fable, Hellrider, Koth, the One Ring, 2 Double Dragon, Fire Blast, Rolling Earthquake, and even a Wasteland. Folero's just going to 3-0. It's going to be easy. It's not going to be close. So all that means is I need to rally from my start and finish 2-1. And then we've already got five of our wins right there. Counting this as a win and my next round as a win, of course. Oh, no plays. That is not the way you beat Library. Library Alexandria is quite the card. Oh, we're going to get Bowmastered. Okay. Bowmaster's good. That is a way to beat Library. Okay. Make a 2-2. Let's do the 3B baby. So now balance can get rid of these things. Balance Library, as I've had in other videos, as you've seen, if you've seen them, not really a combo, because you kind of give back the cards you've drawn. But we'll see what Frogerto does here. I guess Orcish Bowmasters adds a new element. Should I be librarying on his upkeep in that spot? I guess so. Oh my god, never mind. I'm not going to win. Sure. Now he's got the initiative. Okay. How do I do this? So 4 cards. I guess I'm going to end up balancing the thing away. I think I got a balance here. I'm going to take my Bowmaster hit. Okay. Lotus would be a nice one. So now I have 9 cards. So if I balance, he sacks the land and I discard 5 cards. Or no, 4 cards, because I would go to 8 cards after casting balance. Has no creatures in play. Next turn gets to start doing through the thing. What would I keep if I did that? I guess I would keep 2 land, Venser, Ledger Shredder, and I'd discard those. What are my other options? I could also go Ledger Shredder to try to take the initiative. Yeah, I think that sounds better to me. Let's just go Shredder, pass the turn. Oh, I should have just played Underground Sea. I know my teammate has Wasteland. But whatever. Oh, we're just going to go 2+ with 1 counters. I like it. The beatdowns. Sure. Hopefully it doesn't have a non-creature play here, and hopefully the creature play doesn't kill my Ledger Shredder. Also, Ledger Shredder against Orcish Bowmaster is a little bit dicey. Alright, take 9, I guess. I'm getting Shinobi'd? Sure. Yeah, I mean, go to 6. Exiles Baleful Strix and Swamp. Baleful Strix makes my life harder too. Okay, I mean, I am going to library now. Go to 5. Alright, so draw. Oh, Parallax Wave. I told you Parallax Wave is busted. Alright, this is just a completely different animal now. If he doesn't have Solitude, I actually think I'm back to winning. No Solitude? Okay, I have the initiative. I have regained the initiative, or not even regained, just gained the initiative. Guess I'll get a... Do I have a swamp? Oh, he exiled the swamp. I mean, it doesn't matter too much. I was just kind of curious. 3 blue. I guess I'll take island. Is there a reason to do this now? I don't think so. I'll discard Spara's headquarters here. I'm going to Parallax Wave those things. Fertile Ground, okay. That's annoying. That's good against balance. Into White Plume. I'll put that in the stack, but in response, Parallax Wave out the Bowmasters, the token, Fallen Shinobi, I guess. I'll do the whole thing. Do I want to discard a Giver of Runes or do I want to keep a Giver of Runes? I don't really want to keep Giver of Runes here, so I don't need an extra land. I don't really care if my Ledger Shredder gets bigger. Oh, I'm just dead now, right? It just gets to go into trap. I guess I was just dead. I was the whole time. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty good. Does that make me want Shadow Spear? Not really. Didn't really make me want Duress either. Yeah, I guess I wasn't winning given that he could just cast that thing and kill me. There was that. If not for that, sure. All right, I'm on the play now. The Mulligan Library balance hand really did not work out. With the White Plume hand was better. All right, well, I'm going to keep this hand again. I don't think I'm supposed to mulligan this, but hopefully it works out a little better. This hand is a lot worse because it's just all lands. But in this particular case, being on the play with library is kind of nice because I get to go library, play my land. I just get to get out a little bit faster. Turn 1 island. Didn't see a lot of blue cards from his deck. Could be representing Spell Pierce. Could have Ancestral Recall, I guess. Oh, I drew the Thraben. That was pretty nice. Oh, and a Time Raveler. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. This hand became really good. I drew a 1-drop and a good 3-drop. Don't play Black Source. Don't play Black Source. Okay, nice. Talisman, okay. I don't have very many 2-drops here, but do I want to play Teferi? It's kind of the question. Oh, he did have Ancestral. He did. You sly dog. I think I just go Teferi here. I still have the option of librarying next turn, but I think spending 3 mana this turn is going to be good. I have a bunch of plays. I don't think I'm supposed to keep the library. Plus, bouncing the Signet or Talisman when he's got millions of cards in hand, I think it's going to be for the best. If he doesn't have a cheap play here, then we're going to be okay. Just going to have to discard here. Oh, he's got Fertile Ground. Into Wall of Roots. Oof. Fixing us. Now I'm going to go back to librarying. Plussing Teferi. And draw step V-clicking. Thanks to Teferi, though, the Bowmasters can't even come down. Okay. Click you. You can't play anything. I am prepared for this hand to have a lot of cards I'm going to have trouble beating. Now that Frog gets to untap with up to 6 mana this turn. Yeah. Well, I'm probably going to take Questing Beast. Leaving Pulse, sure. Blade Splicer, sure. Yeah, okay. This isn't a total disaster. I was thinking that he might have like Bowmasters and Questing Beast or Fury or something. Because now he's going to get to make good plays this turn, but the library still kind of is trucking along. And also, now that I know about Fallen Shinobi, I can avoid it a little bit better. Temple Garden. I mean, he's going to get to make 2 plays this turn. That is going to be good, like Blade Splicer plus, I guess, Ether Channeler might be the joke, as it were. Yeah, you got to put a counter on the wall first. Make a 1/1 flyer, almost assuredly. Okay. Because of that Shinobi. My Shinobi. Only 1 black mana next turn. So I'm kind of feeling draw with library, play Ledger Shredder, play Phantasmal Witch, copy Channeler, bounce the Golem token. I have 2 blockers for the bird. I have plenty of blockers. Yeah, this wipes out the Shinobi chances and puts a bunch of good stuff on the board. Ooh, I like Resto as well. Play my white source here. Let's shred some ledgers, shall we? I am taking myself out of library range, but once again, you got to make your plays. Toxic Deluge, also a pretty good one. Let's discard an island. Copy Channeler. Bounce the Golem. Pass the turn. And then now... Oh, it doesn't even actually put me away from library. If I want, I can crack the clue and get back up. So it's got 6 cards. He's a little gated on black mana. Can't double spell with black. Obviously, he has 2 cards I don't know. One could be a black source. Could also easily be a card of a different color. But it's going to be hard for Mr. Frogerto to connect with Shinobi, given that I've got 2 flying blockers to 1 flying attacker. Okay, Flooded Strand probably does allow, yeah, it does allow double spell. So now it's like Binding of the Gods, Maelstrom Pulse. Kill my Teferi, kill my Ledger Shredder, I guess. I'm fine doing this like 1-for-1 play where I have a library going. So, I mean, I have to watch out for the Shinobi. Is definitely true. I mean, he's got to kill Teferi now, right? I guess he could kill Vendilion Click, but that doesn't work. Because then if you kill Vendilion Click, I can just Teferi bounce the bird token if I want to. I am 1 mana short of what I want to do next turn, though. Because next turn I want to crack Clue and Library. And but I need to play one of these 4-drops. So, but I do feel like I'm winning this game by a reasonable amount, honestly. Like, obviously there's, you know, lots of swingy cards. This is cube. That's kind of how it works. But I have potentially a library going. I have a Toxic Deluge, can kind of wipe out a lot of what he's got going. The main thing I have to worry about is getting hit by Fallen Shinobi, and Wandering Emperor is a pretty good foil to that. Not that he even has, like, the best Fallen Shinobi options here. Still think you probably kill Teferi. The question is, do you attack with the bird? The bird is the word. If you attack the bird, I'm just going to take it, because next turn I can resto. Oh, Flicker Wisp. That's also a pretty good way to go about things. Oh, that actually makes me much happier. So let's go Crack Clue. Because now I get to draw land, Flicker Wisp, kill your bird. And then I have 3 blockers. You can play Fury, but you can't play, because this is tapped, right? Yeah. Also, if he evokes Fury and then plays Shinobi with those cards in hand, it would be pretty difficult. All right. So this goes, gets a forest. I do have to block both things, but I have 3 blockers back, so I think that that's enough. You could also just give up and cast the Shinobi. Not the worst play in the world, but not really a winning play given the current circumstances. Plus Flicker Wisp plus V-Clicks, just a 2-turn clock. So, okay, casting Shinobi, Taiga, cast Talisman. All right, yeah, I think this was definitely a library game. I've libraried every turn but one. It's turn 7, so I didn't do it on first turn, and I didn't do it on one other turn, so I've drawn 5 extra cards off library once I use it here, which I will. Oh, I even drew another play. Okay, so all Frog's creatures gain Death Touch next turn, thanks to Binding the Old Gods, but I'm not too worried about that. Also, I no longer have to block everything because the Shinobi's already in play. Copter, pass the turn with Resto or Wandering Emperor up. I could draw step Vendilion Click, but I don't think that's better than just leaving the mana up for this stuff, because part of the risk is, like, if I draw step Vendilion Click and then he plays, you know, something good, I'd rather have these up to respond. All right, we are in fact 1-1. Let's head on to round 3. Alrighty, that was a nice little grind. I did enjoy that. Next time, or rather the records of the team are right now, I'm 1-1. That's 1-1, not 2-0. Slacks is 1-1, 2-2. Folero's 2-0, 4-2. Sandy is 1-0, 5-2. So we're in great shape. I'm playing against Senor Salvato, the real LSV. I'm going to keep this hand. I'm a little less happy about this than I would be normally, because I am playing against a red-green deck that's very assertive and has Minsk and Boo and Moxjet, or I guess red-green-white deck, actually. So sitting around librarying may or may not work. I think this is still, of course, a keep. Okay, library, go. Oh, he mulled to 5. Well, I like my odds. Mulled to 5 on the one hand. The other hand, turn 1 Sylvan is pretty good. Okay, let's draw. All right, let's play the Tar Pit and pass the turn. Decent chance we're going to fire off Teferi next turn, though. Also decent chance he pays. I would say 4 life is the most likely, but 8 life is very possible as well. Oh, no, it's the full 8. Okay. I could Teferi the Sylvan if he doesn't make a good play this turn, but that is not what's happening. Ranger class Hex Drinker, wow. Black Lotus, also wow. What to do? I think, oh, I have 8 cards in hand, hold on. 7 cards, 8 cards, 7 cards, Pass the turn. I'm just going to play Resto in ambush mode here. I think is my plan. I could go like Recruiter Baleful Strix, but I like getting Resto out against Sylvan Library. Because if he goes to 8 here, and then I go like Resto, Tar Pit, attack you, I guess I don't know that many black sources, but the Tar Pit's still something he has to consider. He can't recklessly just go to millions take millions of damage. Okay. All right, I'm just going to go for it. Don't think I have much of a choice here. I mean, this is the play I made. Does he have Path? If he has Path, that's annoying. Oh, Dismember going to 4. Okay. Dismember going to 6, tapping Mox Jet. Sure. Okay, I go to 16. I assume he's going to play a land here. Skull Clamp. No land. Interesting. Interesting. All right, now I'm just going to draw again. And because I couldn't attack with Tar Pit yet, I think I'm going to conceal the Tar Pit attack and go to Fairy, bounce the Wolf token and draw a card. Okay, there's Baleful Strix. And now, missing on lands last turn was pretty brutal for him. He can kill my Teferi now, that's fine. I still have Sylvan up, or Sylvan Library up, though they're both libraries. All right, Courser, ooh, Courser is annoying. Okay. Garrick Wildspeaker, oh, that one, yeah. Okay, attack Teferi and maybe level up the Hex Drinker. Well, the Courser makes the Creeping Tar Pit plan a lot dicier. 8. I guess I go to 7. Maybe I just play Plains, actually. Baleful Strix. Yeah, let's just go Baleful Strix, stay at 7 cards, and leave up Reprieve here. And then now library it up. And set up maybe like a kicked Winds of Abandon or something along those lines. So now he's going to Sylvan. He's going to draw. I mean, he's going to get to go Sylvan Courser, which is a lot of value. I kind of want to stop that. Oh, man, Exploration as well. Okay, so he drew Pest Infestation and putting back the Inspiring Vantage now. I am going to get to Reprieve the Garrick, though, which I assume is going to be the play this turn. I mean, obviously we don't know. All right, let's draw, Reprieve, draw. Do you attack with both? It's a question for Mr. Salvato. I'm going to block the Hex Drinker here. Don't think I blocked the Courser. Also, I do want to get my only Pest Infestation thing target out of the way. All right. Now what? Now what? Don't know what's in his hand. I know he's going to draw a Pest Infestation. Plus maybe play a land. I kind of want to go Ledger Shredder Recruiter. Yeah, that sounds kind of nice. I still think I keep the Underground Sea back just so he doesn't know that. Well, let's see. Let me see if I recruit for anything else. Phantasmal Image is an option. Flicker Wisp. No, let's go Ledger Shredder Recruiter. 8 cards. 7 cards. Recruiter. 6, but then I draw off Recruiter to go up to more. I'm just going to discard a land. I do want to pump the Ledger Shredder, but I don't think I want to do it so badly that I bin one of these things. And I think I take Flicker Wisp here. Pass the turn with Library still up. So he draws Pest Infestation and Exploration and Minskenboo. Okay. So he's going to have to pay life. He can only pay 4 life. So I don't think, because he drew Pest Infestation, Exploration, Minskenboo off the Sylvan. In order to play that forest, he can't. He'd have to pay 8 life. So he can't do that. So he's going to have to put back 2 cards or 1 card if he wants to pay 4 life. But again, because of that tar pit, that's a little bit risky. And then we could cast a big pest infestation. That's fine. Could cast Minsk and Boo. Obviously, that card is good. But I have Venser and Flicker Wisp and Phantasmal Image. I have a bunch of stuff. All right, so he doesn't pay any life. Puts back Exploration. I guess I don't know what he puts back under it. Pest Infestation for 1. Oh, he's going to crack. Yeah, he's going to attack first for 3. Put me to 10. Skull Clamp 1. Draw Exploration, Minsk and Boo. Gain a life. The top card's going to be a Forest. Okay, good play. Just going to get to play the Forest. Hopefully there's not another land. Okay, there's Augur of Autumn. So and now if he plays Exploration, I get to trigger Ledger Shredder. Okay, now in response, I will library. Okay. Yeah, I don't really want to discard one of these spells, though I do want to grow the Ledger Shredder. I also kind of want to Fracture Identity the Minsk and Boo more than anything else. I have Venser now. Now might be a time to stop librarying, as loath as I am to do so. I could Phantasmal Image and Thraben Inspector and still leave up Venser. So why don't what if I Phantasmal Image the Courser? Is it 10? Yeah, that actually sounds kind of nice. Because I do want a Venser. I would like to get rid of that Courser. I could just Winds of Abandon the Courser. But then he just plays Augur and it's kind of the same thing. No, I guess it shuffles the Augur away. Maybe I go Winds of Abandon, Thraben Inspector, leave up Venser. That sounds kind of nice. But then that's giving up the kicked Winds of Abandon, which I think is also going to be pretty good. I could also Fracture Identity something. This is tough. I have a lot of good options. I kind of want to get some creatures onto the board. How can I do that? What's the best way to do that? I don't think Flicker Wisping Recruiter is all that good. I kind of want to Flicker Wisp the Venser. I could also just go Venser, Flicker Wisp, Courser. Sorry, Venser, Courser, Flicker Wisp. No, that sounds kind of bad. I could also Phantasmal Image the Ledger Shredder. That actually sounds better. All right, let's do that. I think that's decent. Because I really want to set it up that I just kick Winds of Abandon and attack with everything. Or something along those lines. I have 5, 6, 7. I'll have 8 mana next turn. Next turn I can go Fractured Flicker Wisp. I have triple white. Yeah. Does he have something? I mean, if you path the Ledger Shredder in response, that is, I guess, a play you could make. He didn't re-equip the Skull Clamp, so that does indicate something. If he paths Ledger Shredder in response, I'm just going to make a Courser of Krufix. All right, I'm going to make Ledger Shredder. I'm going to go Thraben Inspector, trigger these, draw. I need to draw some spells to pump Ledger Shredder. I'll discard another land, I guess. Okay, no longer leaving library up officially. Okay, attack for 2. Oh, trading off, sure. He's got a Skull Clamp in play. I think trading there is fine with me. All right, pass the turn. Well, that's not true. I actually am leaving library up thanks to the clue. Sylvan. Okay. Reveal Omnath. Well, I mean, Omnath, I guess I was going to Venser. I was going to Venser the 4-drop anyway into 3, 4. I guess he gets to play 2 4-drops this turn. But Minsk and Boo's not the end of the world. So he's going to start with Omnath, almost assured. Oh, no, he can't start with Omnath because he doesn't have blue mana. So if he wants to do that, he's going to have to play the Trop first, sure. Oh, it means he can't also play Minsk and Boo, which is nice. Alright, well, Omnath actually still in hand. Oh, you know, it's possible that flickering the Venser to bounce the Inspiring Vantage might actually delay both Minsk and Boo and Omnath. Something to keep in mind here. He's going pretty hard here, but I actually don't feel like there's a lot of things that would break the game in Salvato's favor for sure, if indeed it's not in his favor now. But I do feel like I'm actually doing an okay job here. Also, this creeping tarpet has to be pretty scary for him. Like, he knows that thing's coming for him at some point. 7 cards in hand. Minsk and Boo, Omnath, Augur, Skull Clamping the Courser. No attack. Coda Winds of Abandon. I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is lethal if nothing goes wrong. I mean, maybe I just fractured the Courser. Yeah, I actually kind of like that. Oh, I guess I should have left double white up in case my top card is a land that's not a plains. I didn't want to play a land first because, I mean, there's no reason to. Is it Swords Zone Courser? Sure. Okay. I'm just going to attack. And then go Flicker Wisp. I could have played this first to trigger the Shredders, but then I do 2 less damage off attacking with Venser, so that's less good. Discard Giver. Discard Copter. Flicker Venser. Venser comes in, we bounce Inspiring Vantage, and that one has a real drawback right now. All right. Now I think he's in a world of hurt, because he gets to Sylvan. I don't get to see anymore, but he gets to Sylvan, but I've got tons of attackers in play, and I have Winds of Abandon, Creeping Tar Pit. So, and he's going to need to have a pretty nice comeback here. It's not going to be easy, let's just say. Okay. 10 cards in hand. This is a game. This is like one of the cube games of all time. I mean, this is just what like kind of a long cube game looks like. I'm going with balance too, which is nice. I don't think he's got upheaval, but it's possible he does. No, you don't have red mana, my friend. You got to play something else. You can't be an Omnath. So, real question, do I take out Smuggler's Copter because of Pest Infestation? Also, having Dismember and Sword Splasher, this is going to be tough. Garruk Wild Speaker. Oh, that's a way to get red mana. Right. But a really inefficient way to do so. So, he gets to untap 2 lands, play Omnath, play a land. He's going to actually have to tap Horizon Canopy, play a land, and then, because it gets to play 2 lands per turn thanks to Exploration, go to 5, then go up to 9. But then, unless it's a fetch land, can't make another play this turn. I get to do some shredding. Discard Marsh Flats. Discard, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 6. Sure, I'll discard Plains. I don't think the Ledger Shredder stats are super relevant here. Okay. You're at 9. Elvish Mystic. Yeah. Clamp. Okay. So if I tarp it, you're at 6. Those you're at -1. I don't even need to cast Winds of Abandon. I mean, I can cast Teferi. I don't care if he knows about that one. Bounce the Omnath. Salvato with everything. All right. You can block Venser and you take a Cheon load of damage, as they say. All right, we're up a game here. And hoping to pull it out. Duress. He's got actually a lot of Duress cards, like Exploration, Sylvan Library, Pest Infestation, Swords, Dismember, all that stuff. All right, the other question is, do I want to side in like Damnation, Yogg-Will? Ashiok seems actually pretty decent. Knight's Whisper. Giver of Runes again doesn't... Giver of Runes does stop Swords and Dismember. I kind of want to just take out Smuggler's Copter. I don't care if he Pest Infestations the Baleful Strix, but getting the Smuggler's Copter. All right, so I put in those. I need to take out like 2 more cards. I kind of don't love it, but I could take out Recruiter. I think I might just go take out Plains, take out Island, put in 2 Swamps, and let's see, does that get me to 4, 5, 6 black? No, I don't think I can take out Venser, and at that point I'll keep the V-Click in as well. I think I'm just going to have a kind of medium mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue, and 4, 5, 6. So I think I just need to take out a blue and put in another black. Definitely want Deluge. I might just take Recruit of the Guard out. I feel like I don't have enough time to do all that. It's kind of what I'm feeling. Duress is okay. Balance, he's got a lot of Planeswalkers for Balance, but Balance is still really good, I think. Oh man, Jesse's Emrakul got solituded. Maybe I just can't afford the Knight's Whisper. I think I'm going to keep the Yogg-Will though. All right, this matchup seems hard. I mean, Emold to 5 in that game was super close. Emold to 5, I had Turtle and Library, and that game was super close. Okay, I'm going to keep this hand. No Moxes, no Elves, no Nothings. All right. Elves, I guess. All right. I mean, Library, the opening hand every game is good. Probably going to not Library turn 2 because I'm probably still just going to go turn 2 Reprieve. I'm not able to play a turn 3 Ashiok this way, but I think that's a concession I'm willing to make. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think I just have to do this now. Okay. I hit the Garrick, leaving Oracle and Hexdrinker. Okay, well, at least I hit, and B, I do have a lot of creature removal in my deck, so killing Oracle and Knight is not like impossible. All right, miss on lands, Dismember, but now he's going to get to use Knight of the Reliquary to get another shot at it. Okay. So Dismember's gone. He's going to get a Forest maybe. I'm assuming he's not getting a Strip Mine or something. That would be tough. Horizon Canopy and missed on lands again, but gets to play Hexdrinker. Sure. Island. Oh, draw. Okay. Interesting. Land. So if I play... It's going to play Golos next turn, so I guess I have to play my Plains and pass. Which land do I discard here? I guess I have to discard Plains. I have a lot more white. Not a lot, but I have more white sources than black, and I can't discard Island, and I don't think I want to discard any of the spells. All right, so he's going to crack Knight again. If he keeps missing on Oracle, I don't mind that. Okay, Pest Infestation, sure. So this is going to be Golos, and I'm going to Reprieve it. I kind of feel like I'm actually battling pretty nicely here. Oh. Yeah. Do I Reprieve it, or do I just Damnation? It's got Hexdrinker and Skullclamp in hand. I think I Reprieve it and then wait one more turn here. Yogg-Will, that one's not like super exciting. Actually, I also don't care if he draws Pest Infestation too much. I guess I could Ashiok, but if I Ashiok, all it does is a mill 3, gain 5. Yeah, that's probably fine because it also stops him from using Knight of the Reliquary. All right. Miss on Oracle. Minsk and Boo. Don't like seeing that one. It's 4 cards in hand. His hand is Pest Infestation, Golos. Oh, this is actually really nice because look, there's a chance. I guess he's going to get to Skull Clamp. All right, miss on lands, miss on lands, miss on lands. He missed on lands. He can play Minsk and Boo this turn, I guess. Yeah. I'm going to get to Damnation, and he's going to play Hex Drinker. Okay. Oh, his hand is now Golos. Oh, no, he's going to get to draw off Oracle. So I'm not going to strand him. But he's going to kill Ashiok with the Knight. And I guess I'm going to Damnation here. Okay, now if I draw Lotus, this Yogg-Will is going to pop off nicely. Yeah, let's go Damnation. So it has Upheaval in hand and Minsk and Boo. But I can battle Minsk and Boo. So his hand is Upheaval, Pest Infestation, Golos, Minsk and Boo. So I was going to go Minsk and Boo. Make a hamster. I'm gonna do a good job fighting that though with Venser and Resto. Okay. The card I want to draw most is Lotus, but oh. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. It's also good. I have. Oh, beside you on upkeep. Interesting. So if I tap, because this does get untapped. So let's tap. Let's get Island. Yeah, I have to get Island. All right, luckily I have one more. Island, V-click U. Upheaval Golos. How much do I care about Upheaval? I guess I care about Upheaval more than Golos. And then play a land. And then pass. So now he has Golos and 2 unknowns in hand. So I guess he's going to maybe attack with the thing first. And then try to -2 it. I think I'm just going to bounce the Minsk token now. Or the Boo token, rather. Okay, so that's gone. So this doesn't come back until his upkeep. So now he can play Golos. But then I can go Fractured, the Minsk and Boo, make a token, attack in the air. I could also Resto Venser. I've got some pretty nice tempo positive plays here. So my teammates are 2-0, Falero and Sandy just crushing. Jesse went 1-2 slacks, and I'm 1-1. So I need our team needs 1 win out of 3. My match plus Sandy and Falero's. I think I've got a good chance of getting this one, but we'll see. Can also, if he wants, go Golos, fetch a land, Skull Clamp Golos, -2 the Minsk and Boo, to deal 4 damage to one of my creatures, or to me, I guess. I think I'm just gonna Fractured Identity the Golos. All right, yeah, I just plussed it. All right, so now I get to go. This kills everything, right? I Fracture Identity the Golos, make a Golos, and attack that for 5. I'm at 10, facing down Raging Ravine and Treetop Village, and I don't care too much about that. Okay, I don't have any special lands besides everyone's favorite Tar Pit. Okay, kill Minsk and Boo. And now I feel like I'm in the driver's seat here. Very, very, very cube-like. Augur of Autumn, okay. Oh, I guess I don't get to see the top card. Animate Raging Ravine? Yep. Do you have the land? He does. To equip this Skull Clamp. Do I go to 5 here? No cards in hand? Yeah, I go to 5. Because if I block, he just gets to draw 2 cards off that. That seems not ideal. Land. Let's go. No. Winds of Abandon the Augur, I think. Didn't play a land last turn. Let's see. I'm at 5. I could also animate Tar Pit. I think I might just do that. Attack with these. Take 9. And then I have Resto Venser. I hope the one card he's drawn is not Swords to Plowshares or Dismember, because that would put me in a bad spot for sure. Animate Tar Pit. Animate Raging Ravine. Okay. Do you equip Skull Clamp? We do want to see a Skull Clamp getting equipped. Excellent, excellent. All right, that means it's a dub, I would say. Yeah, this is a win. Because I get to go Resto, bounce before blocks, Resto, bounce the Treetop Village, block Augur with Resto, block Raging Ravine with Venser, attack back for 12. Boom, 2-1. I won the match. We won the draft. Just like we drew it up. That all right, not the like sweetest, most ridiculous Lotus deck, but this deck was fine. Totally fine. I drew Library a lot. I drew Lotus a decent amount. Those cards combine nicely with my pretty fair mid-range cards, but had a lot of the cards I really do like. Deluge, Parallax Wave, Baleful Strix. Venser was excellent with Resto, so really just a lot of awesome stuff, and that carried us to victory. Thanks for watching, and maybe next time I open Lotus, I'll stick with the Time Spiral plan, but I tried. I did try. As always, new draft up tomorrow, so I will see you then. Thanks for watching, and keep on cubing. I know I will.